Hi, my loves. Good afternoon, good Sunday. Today, I just want to talk real quickly and briefly on the need to forgive someone that you've hurt. Um, and I'll say it from a point of somebody that's been hurt drastically. And the reason why it makes it so hard for us to move on, let go, and just get past things or whatever. Because everybody says sometimes you're just not going to get that apology that you deserve. So you just have to let it go. Well, that's easier said than done. One, because people like me that are empathetic, we can, when we feel somebody's pain, we really, really understand what's going on so that we can put ourselves in that position and we can say, I'm sorry for what we've done. I've done it plenty of times. And we could truly mean it. And 9 times 10, we normally do mean it. But when we deal with people that aren't empathetic, that hurt us, a lot happens because we don't get that apology that we deserve. If it's just somebody, 9 times 10, it's not going to really bother us. But if somebody that we truly cared for that can't give us the apology that we deserved, it does a number of things to us. It puts us in a position where we can't understand. And as long as we can't understand, we struggle with accepting. Um, and as long as we can't hear, I'm sorry, then it's saying to us, no, I wasn't wrong, you were wrong. Granted, we may have been wrong in the situation, and granted, you have been wrong in the situation as well, but as long as you won't admit to you're wrong, we're stuck with the guilt saying, I was wrong. That's a guilt that eats us up on a daily basis because we just needed that, release. So even if it's somebody, you're not ready for that apology, to give that person an apology, you're not ready to accept what you've done, just know that as long as you don't apologize to that person, you don't own up to what you did, you cause them to live in a world of guilt, shame, and lack of understanding. And it creates this issue to where sometimes it's unbearable for them. They want the closure, they want to move on, and they probably need the closure and they probably need to move on. But until you give them that, they can't. So you can't really be mad at them for their actions afterwards because you haven't done anything to fix it. And that's what so many people lack to understand. And granted, sometimes people do try to fix it, and then it's just the other person who hasn't been willing to accept the forgiveness. Whole different story. This is about just at least putting forth the good effort and saying, I'm sorry. I read it the other day where somebody said, what did they say? Actually, not too long ago, where they said forgiveness, the first person to forgive is the strongest. The first person to, you know what, I don't even forget. Anyways, forgiving makes you strong, it makes you wise, and it makes you human. So just forgive. It's not that serious. Well, it is that serious, but it's not going to hurt you as much as you think it is when you forgive, or when you ask for forgiveness. Because if you can seek that forgiveness, then that means you're letting go of your pain as well. You're letting go of your hurt and you're letting go of your shame, and you're acknowledging, I'm not perfect, but how can I fix this? And if things aren't salvageable after that point, then that's okay. But in the meantime, you've put your hand forward and said, please forgive me because I need you to heal. That's growth. That's the ultimate growth right there. It's just to tell somebody, I forgive you so they can heal. And if you truly want them to heal, then if they have questions, let them ask questions. Sometimes it's all that's needed is that conversation. But in the meantime, just work on asking people to forgive you that you've hurt, because you never know, that person that received that pain may absolutely life or death need it. Love you guys. Gotta go do hair.